This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Today we're looking at an uplighting option for those of you who want to get into uplighting, or if you are doing uplighting and you're looking for some wireless control, this could be a great option. We're looking at the ShadowBox lights from Vivid Light. Now I'm going to call this a ShadowBox system because it's really kind of cool. We've got a wireless light that basically has about 8 to 10 hours, depending upon which LEDs you're running and such, but it has a long life battery. This little guy has magnets on it so you can go and mount. Let me show you this picture. This was the Vivid Light ShadowBox on the side of my Dodge pickup. Yes, that's right. You can just stick it to the side. And as you see right here, the little feet, magnets, but they're also not going to scratch the paint, which was kind of important for when I did that demonstration. But this will allow you to mount this in a variety of different situations, whether maybe on a wall, on a pole, depending upon where you want it, because they're a great flood light covering a very large, wide area. This is an RGB and a white. It's a warm white. They can be controlled by the wireless remote control or an iOS or an app from your mobile device. The little remote control has two different methodologies of controlling the lights. We're going to turn on the lights. The top will turn on the outer area. And in that, you're going to have different colors you can go. You've got your red. Let me get you that. There we go. We go red and green. Oops, I didn't hit it. There we go. And blue. The little indicator, or I should say the little eye for this, is down in the front for the remote control. Or we can go to white, which is super, super bright. Oh my goodness gracious. But then we can shut those off. I'm going to turn these both off here. There we are. And then we can control the inner hub. Now this inner area is the warm white LEDs. So RGB on the outside, which you're getting a nice color mixing for doing a variety of different colors. And then on the inside you have a ring, basically 12 LEDs. These are warm white. And these will allow a person to be able to go to a cool white on the outside and a warm white and really adjust your temperature color a lot with that. You can control it with this, but that's not the cool part. I want to get that shut off because we're going to talk about the ShadowHub. ShadowBox goes and is controlled by the ShadowHub. This is a little wireless transmitting device. Basically becomes like a Wi-Fi hub. You plug this in, or you can power it with AA batteries in the back, and you can switch whichever one. You can hook up into your existing network with a Cat5 cable. I'm going to plug it into USB so it can get itself going. Now this little system will allow my cell phone and the app for the cell phone, which I'm using an iPhone, it will allow it to connect and control the ShadowBox lights, whether it's 1, 2, or 50. Now I was doing some testing, and again this is wireless, so I was able to take one of these and I took it outside. This is a pole shed, steel pole shed building here that I'm in with the offices, and I was going through that direction about 75 feet, so I was going through an interior wall, then the signal was going through an exterior metal wall, and I was beyond that, and we were still able to control everything with the app from my phone, and I was able to change colors on the light that was out there. So it was pretty cool that it has some nice range, and that was going through basically two walls, which sometimes you don't get signal to go that way. So I'm going to do this live with you guys on the video. I've got the ShadowHub plugged in. First thing you would do is fire up your Wi-Fi area on your device and click the network, which is ShadowHub, and it's got a bunch of letters. Who cares? ShadowHub, then it will ask you for a password, and the password is on the box. So I've already entered that in, so yay, rah, rah, we're good to go. I'm connected. Then you go to the ShadowBox app, which is ShadowBox, one word. You go there and find that. It will have a little green picture of a Vivid Light fixture. You want to find that. Now the very first time you come to that, you will then go and hit the little sprocket in the upper left corner, and you'll click pair. And what it's going to do is the little ShadowBox hub now is going to go and scan around and try to find all the shadow boxes. Shadow boxes have a switch on the top. You've got to make sure that they are on, and they're ready to go and ready to pair. So this is scanning right now. It's at 86, 93%, and boom, it's found the two lights, and they are already, in my case, I set those up in a group. What does that mean? That means that I can control these two lights together. So I could have, say, 10 of these, and I could control every other light. I could have every other light be in a group. I could have them all in one group, or I could have 12 individual lights and do whatever I want. If I want to just control one individual light, I can turn one on, and I can turn the other on if I want to go that route, or I want to go and control them as a tandem. So I'm going to turn them on, and I can switch colors. And there's a few different options with this. We have on the bottom, we have a color wheel, and I can go and change things on this color wheel. I can go to their little grid where they have preset colors, and I can choose the different colors. You'll notice you can't see it too well in the video, but it's illuminating everything but that inner ring. I'm going to shut those off all around the outside. And then there's this button on the bottom said white. And what that is that's controlling that inner ring. I don't know if I can get it down low enough. There you go. You can kind of see. That's the inner ring right there. And I can control that and bring that warm white up. And again, it's very, very bright for 12 LEDs. There are also some presets in this. So if I want to have it doing some color fade, there's a 7 color fade here. Just kick that in motion. Oh, I got to turn it back on. There we go. Kick that in motion, and now it's going to be chasing between 7 colors. I'm going to slow the speed down a little bit, and I could go and dim it down a little bit, whatever I wanted to do with that. Or I can go to a different program. I'm going to go with a red and blue cross. That's going back and forth, and again, it's really tough to tell. But we're getting a nice red, we're getting a nice blue, and we're going back and forth, and I can adjust the speed to slow or fast. You can set up custom colors and do custom things with it. You can make it sound active so that it would access the microphone and such. And now I can set it so that the microphone is adjusting to my voice, and now the lights are going to adjust. So it's using your mobile device for that. So it's really kind of cool. A lot of cool functionality. I'm going to go back to presets here. Come on, where are they? Oops, the grid. I want to go here to the grid. Back to that. We'll dim it down a little bit. So a lot of functionality. Now I looked at this as it would be a great thing to put, say, under your scrims table for one thing, because it has such a wide dispersion. We had these in the office here. We have a 9-foot ceiling, and they are giving us a great wide area of illumination. Now they're not going to be something you're going to shoot up a 30-foot wall. They're not designed for that. They're designed to really kind of wash an area and give you, I mean, they are very bright. They're going to go up the wall a ways, but they're going to give you more of a bigger area of color than some lights that are more of a spot, and that would go up a little bit higher. You're going to get some very good, accurate colors with your red, green, and blue. Again, the outer ring is RGB, so they are having to create different whites with those 3 LEDs, and then bringing the warm white in from the center hub, and you can do a lot of things with that. The area that when I saw this, my first inclination was that this would be awesome for illuminating my dance floor, the times when I want to have, say it's going to be a time for the first dance. I could have these stuck to door frames or what have you, anywhere around the room, and shining towards or aim towards my dance floor, and be able to bring the lights up a little bit and bring the warm up a little bit so it's not washing the bride and her dress out. So she will look good, and she'll look good on any of the photos that they're taking with cell phones or any kind of video they're taking with their cell phones and mobile devices. I can control the color and really get her, so she's going to look her absolute best with this. And it's going to wash the dance floor, so if she happens to go a little here, a little there as they're dancing, it's not going to lose her. So I really was excited about that. Heck, even doing our little video things here, if you were doing a little studio, you can put one of these and you can adjust your colors to get a nice color on your face for video. Yeah, and you can do that because you can do the white on the outside, bring that down, bring the warm white up, and really have a lot of control of your color between color wheel and dimming and all those different aspects of it. So very cool. That's the ShadowBox lights from Vivid Light and the ShadowHub. We'll put links in the description below so you guys can go check all these out, but it's all controllable via your cell phone. This is really neat stuff. And it goes off with one touch. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. Thanks for watching.